I once went on a blind date with an invisible woman, and needless to say, it was out of sight. We went to a small cafe on the outskirts of a ghost town. We drank stale black coffee because we weren't there to sugarcoat anything. She had wrapped her face and body in bandages so that I could make out her frame, and she told me that sometimes the only way for people to see you is if you make visible your pain. So in between awkward silences, I asked her if she liked any books. She said no. So I asked her if she liked any movies. She said no. So I asked her if she liked any music. She said no. And I said, who the fuck doesn't like music? So she said, well, there is this one poem that I kind of like. It's called Jesus Christ Was an Atheist. She had my attention. She said, yeah, Jesus was an atheist, that he didn't believe in his own father, and that she could relate to that. She pulled out a family Christmas photograph and said, see, the one on the right, that's him. It can be hard to believe in someone who won't stop drinking bourbon, scotch, and gin. She told me that God is an alcoholic and that their relationship is sunk. Just look at the world around you. Whoever created this mess must have been drunk. She told me that love and family aren't always synonymous, and you can only tell one person so many times to go to Fallen Angels Anonymous. She told me that if heaven is a place up in the clouds, that she knows it better for its thunder and lightning. It's not the sound of angels bowling, it's the sound of angels fighting, and this one's got even more strikes, and never in the same place twice, but 3 times, in an unholy trinity of Father, Daughter, and 80 proof spirits. She told me, blood doesn't flow like wine, it just gets swept under the rug. It flows more like scotch on the rocks from a world's #1 dad coffee mug. But that is just the holy grail of irony. It is a bottle labeled sobriety. It is the voice of the choir saying you have the right to go silently, because it carves new scars faster than bandages can wrap, and sometimes broken promises can cut like glass, and I don't know how she did it. But on Christmas, she found a way to smile in that family photograph. But whether she believes in him or not, she knows that she was still made in his image. And when you can't take what you see in the mirror, it's easy to become invisible. Where people can see you as nothing more than bandages, wrapped up in a personal history of tragedy and assault and battery, and the deafening silence of more promises shattering, because that was the only way for her to remove the traces of her father from her face, because she is her father's daughter, and that's much harder to erase, so she waits. As Christ loses faith, she waits. As family photographs fade, she waits. As her heart breaks on a blind date, she waits. But she is adamant that someday she will see herself as more than just bandages.